The intellect, represented here, and the part obsessed with sex.
What is up, Watch fam? I am Christian from Theo and Harris, and today I am here at London Jewelers' Manhasset location, and I just picked out a watch I'm actually really excited about. This is Breitling's new Chronomat, and I'm doing a his and hers review for those folks that want to match their hers. Okay, let's do this. I think we're actually going to start with the hers model, but before we do that, I want to talk just a second about the Chronomat and the history. The model was released by Breitling in 1984. It's remained fairly constant in their collection, but it has come out in many different variations. Really, the consistent design language boils down to, 2 or 3 different variables. One is the onion crown, something very old world and sporty. 2 is the quote-unquote rider tabs on the bezel. Again, very different, unique to the Chronomat. And 3 is the rouleau bracelet. I happen to really love these bracelets. I know they're kind of like retro and a little bit dated, but I think that they're done so well. These bracelets remind me of, Seinfeld, right? Watching Seinfeld when I was younger and seeing this beautiful, distinct bracelet on Jerry's wrist. And to this day, he wears these watches. But again, they're weird. I love them. I'd love to hear what you guys think about these rouleau bracelets. Please comment down below your thoughts. I'm going to read and answer them, so comment down below. Okay, let's start off with the hers model. So many men out there in the world, clients of mine, people that I know, are going to want to buy this watch. Men. It's fantastic. It's 36 millimeters. It's fantastic for so many people that want that kind of conservatively sized, everyday sports/dress, very versatile watch. This is very appealing. I think it's going to do very well in the men's category, which is funny because it's absolutely categorized as a woman's model. Okay, so let's talk about this watch specifically. While it's not a chronograph, which is atypical for a Chronomat, it does share that same, very iconic, very well-known design language. It has the tabs, it has the onion crown, and it has the bullet bracelet. This model I chose is in the blue dial, which I think will be one of the most appealing dials. It does come in other versions as well, but I think the blue is going to end up on the wrist of a lot of people. The proportions of the watch itself, but really the bracelet, blow me away. It's so often that I see a bracelet, even a well-designed bracelet, fall apart when it comes to the thickness. They become so clunky. I think that what can make a bracelet so beautiful, or really a watch so beautiful, is that balance. You want something that has body and substance, something that looks like it could take a beating and could, but something that's also elegant to some degree, right? If you go too far one way, you end up without versatility. This watch absolutely has the versatility. It's powered by the automatic B10 caliber, which is an ETA base, but Breitling has modified it to make it a chronometer. This was basically just released, whereas the men's model, which we'll talk about now, was released back in April when Breitling launched a whole new Chronomat line. This is obviously, this is the man's model. Of course, could be worn by a woman, but this is the man's model. This is definitely closer to what we're used to seeing from Breitling, but I think it's very well done. I love that the tachometer is faceted. I think the whole watch is very legible. I know it sounds crazy to say, but at 42 millimeters, I actually do think it wears well. It is a bit thick at 15 millimeters, but again, this is going to be a perfect watch for a lot of people. And the price point at $8,100 is very aggressive. I think that Breitling is working very hard to steal market share here. Again, the bracelet is the same. Obviously, it is larger, it is thicker than the one on the ladies model, but still, I think it's proportioned well, and it's extremely, extremely comfortable. Another thing that I really admire about this new Chronomat line is the design language for the case. It's very subtle, but the case in its curvature kind of bends into the bracelet. It makes the whole look very integrated. I think one of Breitling's big problems of the last couple of decades has been the overlap of their collections. The Cosmonaut, the Chronomat, the Navitimer, they were all so similar that to me it made the brand less interesting, right? I want each particular model to have its own identity, have its own character, and that's where Breitling is headed. You guys know that while I'm not a big sports watch guy, I really do admire Breitling. It's one of the showcases that I run to first when I'm here at London Jewelers Manhasset. All of their collections now are becoming distinct and appealing. It's sporty and definitely Breitling, but it has flair. And that's what I look for in a watch collection, right? Flair, and it has personality, and it's all backed by a fantastic history, which the brand is only now, I think, tapping back into. Highly recommend this watch. Like I said, $8,100, available here at London Jewelers, Manhasset location. Come in, take a look at the watch. I think you'll really like it, even if just for educational purposes. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope that you enjoyed this review. If you love watches, subscribe to our channel at Theo and Harris, and comment your thoughts down below on the new Chronomat collection.